Well, good evening, everybody. It is Jolly time.
Jolly time.
Holly Jolly. 'Tis the season to be. That's right, Jolly. Hello, Linda Kazera. Hello. And to all those who, I got to put this on the other side, so I'll be next to your little boom, whatever it is. Anyway, I'm Dr. Willie Jolly, and this is my beautiful elf, Dee. And isn't she cute? Yeah, she cute. She cute. So we are the Jollies. We want to welcome you. Good evening. We want to welcome you to the Jolley Marriage Show. We wrote the book, Make Love, Make Money, Make It Last, 10 Secrets to Shape a Great Marriage, which we I guess we have a little bit of confidence in the fact we got a great marriage because we've been married 38 years, haven't had an argument in 35 years, and we still got the hots for each other. I particularly have the hots for you, and I guess you got the hots for me because you chased me around the bedroom, and I let you catch me. Anyway, we want to welcome everybody again, wherever you may be, whether you're watching it live or you're watching it on our YouTube channel, The Jolley Marriage Show.
Have a holly jolly Christmas. We're a week away.
A week away.
And
so we are grateful. Our topic is
interesting.
It's an interesting topic. We got this one. This one was that came into, y'all all have the option and the opportunity to send us an email at info@williejolly.com.
Interesting information.
williejolly.com. Anything you want to talk about? Well, we occasionally get something that we are really wow. This one is a wow.
It's different.
Yeah,
so here we go. Here's the topic.
Here we go.
Okay.
The topic is:
can you be married but living separately? Can you be married but living separately?
They call it
living apart together.
Yeah, apart. Married, living apart.
No, it's called living apart together. And it refers to married people who intentionally live in separate spaces, excluding your military, because they're living in separate spaces because they might be deployed to different areas.
Well, right? One of the things that came up in the conversations with the people who gave it is that this is something that's happened over the years where people often would live separately because of circumstances. They were financially unable to live in the same area. They had family issues that made them have to stay apart.
But that's not the case now.
Right, that's not what this is about.
No, that's not what this is.
This is a choice.
This is a growing phenomenon. It's called LAT.
L-A-T.
L-A-T. Living apart together. That you are, in this case, that you are married.
Mm-hmm.
You like your mate.
Okay.
You might question it.
I question that. I'm not with this, by the way. Let me just say from the start, I am not with this. Go ahead, though.
And you've chosen to live in separate spaces. Now, it's a much more recent kind of phenomenon. You say, well, what percentage of couples are actually doing it now? The census, it's amazing what the Census Bureau covers. Okay, so according to the U.S. Census Bureau, as of December 10 of this year, as of December 10 of this year, there are 3.89 million Americans who are living apart from their spouses.
Wow.
You think sometimes I think people lie with the census stuff.
I believe they lie too. I think they lie.
I think they lie. But
I think they lie.
According to the Census Bureau, as of December 10 of this year, just what, a little more than a week ago, there are 3.89 million Americans who are living apart from their spouses. And that's approximately 2.95% of married Americans.
So 3% of people who are married purposely decide to live apart in this living apart together. Or first time I heard it was together but living apart. But I guess that's harder to put
right. But it's easier to say.
But they're together,
living apart.
But they're living apart
together, right?
Yeah, LAT.
Right?
But it's together. They're still together, but they're living apart And what were the reasons? Well, one of the reasons was people weren't wanted to have their own individuality.
Well, you're jumping the gun.
Oh, sorry.
Okay, all right.
Sorry. I'm not with this. Okay, I'm not with this. She asked me. Let me just say what. Let me say. She asked me. She asked me, what would you say if I decided to live apart from you? And I said,
I live down the street.
And you lived in. I said, here's what. And she said, I'm not leaving the house. Okay, I like my house, so you'd have to live down the street. I said, well, first of all, the way you are, you would be following. Sometime when I go up to the office and go in the kitchen to get a lunch or something, here she comes. Look, what are you doing? Where you at? What you doing? That's first of all. Second is this, that I have told her. I told her on more than one occasion, you leave me, I'm coming with you. That's not just a statement. Well, over the years, she has said that. So I've said that ain't gonna work. So go ahead, give the detail.
So LAT stands for living apart together, where the spouses live in separate households, but they're still in a relationship with each other, right?
Right.
Now, according to New York Times, an article that was written last week, couples choose this arrangement for a variety of reasons.
Okay,
so
now
which you kind of jumped
right into it.
Okay, so they choose it because you want to offer your analysis.
Oh, I gave them to them. Then they come. They got all these reasons. Look, I said I do. Okay, and like the old man said to me when we got married, I wrote about it in the book. Okay, I do. Now he said, "You say I do?" Yes, sir. And he had been married 50 years. He said, "Young man, you say I do?" I went over to see him and said, "I want a secret how to be happily married 50 years." He said, "Did you say I do?" I said, "Yes, sir." He said, "Now do." Come on, somebody. He said, "Now do what you said you're going to do." All right.
The New York Times
said. Hey, Olivia. I'm glad you like this. Hello, Maxine Worthy, Sherry Elliott.
The New York Times just said, a couple of days ago, the pandemic might have played a role in the increase in wanting to be married but living separately. Right?
Put a pin there. I was on an interview today, and the interviewer asked me, you gave all these messages to young people, to colleges, to sociologists, to schools, to corporations. Is it different now? They're different now. And I said, yes, it's different.
What different now?
The messaging, my motivation, inspirational message. Okay. Is it different? I said, yeah, it's different due to the pandemic. Things are different. People want things quicker. They were stuck for 2 years. And now they want to make up that time. That's 2 years away from the things they were used to. They're trying to go all in and do it fast. Well, yeah, it's different. But it's still the basic foundational stuff that there are certain things that make a difference. Now, look, Terrence, Terrence just jumped up. He said, Jake says, who I was with last Monday, TD Jakes, we were together last Monday doing an event in Atlanta. I spoke on Monday morning, and he spoke on Tuesday. Anyway, he said this quote, the DNA of marriage is friendship. Well, we say it right in the book. That's right, number
first
one.
Thing, friendship.
Chapter number
Friends
1.
First.
Friends first. Friends
but
first.
I think we're
okay,
getting
you're right
on
on
topic because that was not a part of what they talked about as to why they wanted to live separately.
Okay, go ahead. I
so in this particular article, it says it's gender related. In other words, that the women are the ones, by and large, who are initiating, let's be married.
You're kind of cute without, them shoulders up.
Excuse me,
can we leave quick?
Let's be, I want to be married, but I want to live separately, right?
Okay.
And that it's due to the inequities in the roles that women play in marriages. Is that fancy?
Well, we've talked about that.
That's because the women end up with more of the household responsibilities.
But that's a matter of communication and setting some new.
I'm just saying. This is what the research is.
Do I make up the bed?
The women you make up your bed. You make up your side of the bed.
Do I wash my clothes?
You do. You wash your clothes because you're afraid that I'm gonna bleach everything.
All right. So
which I do.
So, so I have something in my house. When baby was born, when William was born, did I get up every night to take him, and did I burp him after you breastfed him?
Yes, you did.
Did I take him to school some days?
Yes, you did.
Did I?
Well, we worked on our schedules.
We worked together. Look here, folks.
But I'm just saying that the article is saying that the research says women are unequally tasked, and perhaps some of that has to do, I'm reading into this, a lack of effective communication among the couples. And so the women by and large are saying, look, I need a break. And if I love you, communication is sometimes challenging, right? And I can have more rest and don't have a divided sense of loyalty because I can focus on the kids, I can focus on my parents, and then I can get you on the weekends. That's what some of them are doing.
Parents just said somebody's getting on somebody's nerves. That's what it's all about. What's up, Lou? Happy birthday. Lou said, who wrote this article? Some woman. Okay, I don't know if that's true, Lou, but I ain't going there. Valerie Fabry Williams. Thank you for with our little hats. Thank you.
Now, thank you. Now you're saying that the arrangement skyrocketed after COVID.
Okay, it's going up.
So the arrangement skyrocketed after COVID.
Yeah.
They don't go into the detail as why, but it's because we're all stuck there together, and you discover, oh my God, I really don't know what they're all about, and they're nasty and they're disorganized, and you've gotten on my last nerve. Okay. All right. So, between let's say between 2000 and 2019, the number of living together.
Living together, living apart. I like it sound makes more sense. So we're together, but we living apart. What sense does that make? You know, you just get together for some hooky booky, hooky shooky dookie, hooky wookie. You know, you're getting together when you want to get it on, and then you go back to your separate spot.
All right, I mean, some people do that.
Well, I ain't gonna do that.
I didn't say that.
Oh, okay.
I said some people do that. It meets their needs. Okay. So here's a stat. There's been a decline in marriage.
Okay, all right, go ahead.
Between 2000 and 2019, but the percentage of married people who live apart has increased. Do I need to repeat that for you?
Yeah, do that one more time.
Okay, so the number of people who are getting married decreased.
Okay.
From year 2000 to 2019.
Okay.
But correspondingly,
the year 2000 to 2019.
Yes.
Okay.
But according to the Census Bureau's America's Families and Living Arrangements data, I mean, they got data about everything. And this is the Census Bureau's America's Families and Living Arrangements data. The percentage of married couples who live apart rose more than 25% during the same time.
That's true.
Huh?
All right.
Now, why? Again, the pandemic may have played a role in that increase, right?
Yeah.
Again, because of disparity in genders, with the women initiating.
Oh,
Lou
might be right. Lou, you might be right. Okay. Happy birthday again. Shout out to Lou. Happy birthday, my brother.
I did not say that the woman wrote the article. I didn't say the woman wrote
women
the
article. They initiated this.
They
stuff.
initiate the process of separation more, and it's specifically more pronounced among mothers. Then they say, well, why is that? Women are seeking independence, more independence, and personal space. Now, what does that mean?
I'm not going to repeat that one, Terrence, because there's some women not going to be coming down our throats if I repeat about women's sags. All right.
What does that mean?
I ain't going there. Go ahead. Okay.
What? Okay.
Together, living apart.
Together, living apart together.
I know that, but it should be talent. Talent is not a real word. Together, TLA, together living apart. That really makes sense. That doesn't make more sense. That you understand it, but it's
honey, that is not how the information is researched.
It's called LAT in the research ventricles and so forth.
All right.
All right.
Now, what is the reasoning why?
Well,
these are the reasons they came up.
All right, come on. What are the reasons? I want to get to the
Other
bottom
than a matter of they want more independence.
Okay.
Right?
Yeah.
Independence and being able to make their own decisions without consulting their spouses. Hello?
Okay. Now, I understand that. Okay. I do understand that. But listen carefully. How important it is for us to work together. When you leave, you cleave.
And you weave. I know
and you weave. Okay. You leave your parents, you cleave together, and you weave a new lifestyle together.
Well, somebody's not cleaving, weaving, and leaving right.
Okay, then they have to have conversation. They have to have some.
So maybe they did, and they agreed that they could do this.
I'm not tracking with this. Okay, I'm just not tracking. But they
want, and some women, they also say they want to avoid the tradition, being the traditional wife.
Okay,
they want to avoid being the traditional wife.
Now, listen, and
the traditional wife, which is something I had said to you, that we as baby boomers are kind of like in this kind of valley experiences, because traditionally you age when we got married was more okay, husband has this role, the wife has this role, and we kind of work it out together.
Yeah.
Right. Economics and the like. But now we've moved to, well, I got my stuff financially, you have your stuff financially. And it's not even necessary, and I can reconsider whether or not I want to be together, because we're not held together by finances.
Well, again, the reasons why people did it years ago was because of financial issues.
What's that word? Which is that? What was the family? Not the Brady family, or the traditional things you saw on television where the lady had the little apron on, her husband come home.
Oh, you mean
like the Ozzy
Leave It to Beaver, Ozzy and Harriet, all of that.
And some of that behind the scenes was out of necessity, because the female could not make it on her own. That was how they came together. But today, it's different. Why is it that there are more divorces among the over 50 set?
Maybe it's the fact that the world is changing, and again, COVID played a major part in this. But I say to people again that together living apart, to me, and you call it living apart together, it is, to the person who reached out to us. And again, remember, y'all can send us an email if you have issues that you want us to address without calling your name ever. We don't do that. I want to give some advice. Here's my advice. Y'all need to sit down. It's much more cost effective. You're all under one roof and you're paying.
Well, obviously they can afford to live separately. 3% of the population.
Yeah, they got money, but
they have separate housing. Now, the study was done in I have to say this. Because I've read.
She done read every piece of research there is.
So there was a study done, more research that was done in the United Kingdom, and their study was done in 2011.
Yeah.
Okay, so I don't know where New York Times got their material from, but the research where they actually, went out and talked to people and checked the little boxes and everything, they said that they wanted to live apart, and that oftentimes they lived on the same street. They lived in the same city. Oftentimes they lived on the same street. They just did not want to be in the same space 24/7.
Now, Lou has a comment here. That's exactly right. No more the biblical wife, the legal commercial wife. Women want to be equal to men. Well, I think that's probably true, Lou, that women have... That are two dogs. Okay.
Two dogs up on our back porch.
So the women have come to a new place, and I want to applaud women on that. I always applaud you, and my wife runs everything. She runs the company, she runs the house.
Not you.
Well, I do my thing, but you you really are, you running me in terms of go out there and get that money, bring that money back and put it in my hand, which I do. When I speak, I tell people just give her the money, Didn't I say that?
That's wise. You're such a wise man. I so appreciate that, sweetie. Okay, go ahead.
All right. So I applaud women because women have been for so long put in a position where they were not given equal.
They were subservient.
Yeah. But that never said. That's it. I don't want to live apart because we are working together. That is the reason you get married. You leave, you weave, you cleave. I mean, that's what it says, okay? And so I want to be with you. I want to talk to you. I want to sit with you, even if we're not saying nothing. I like being in your space.
I agree with that.
All right?
I agree with that.
You know what I love? I've told people, y'all get ready for this one. This one again, that's the truth. I kept looking for somebody I could live with till I found somebody I could not live without. That's her. All right, so.
But I am also saying what you said earlier about there obviously is a problem in communicating.
There's a communications issue here. And you need to communicate effectively. You need to talk to each other.
You've gotten on each other's nerves so.
Yep. We got to talk.
And so it's usually the wife, which says, I'm reading in that there's an unequal sharing of workload and the raising of the children.
What is that called? Gender?
Keep referring to the gender inequities.
All right, so gender roles and responsibilities. And Lou said I applaud them too. Thank you, Lou. And so we want to make sure that women are, I've washed the dishes, you wash the dishes. I clean up the house. You do it more because you like doing it when you're thinking. But we work together. We work together.
We like each other. That's different.
Yeah, we like each other. And to go back to what Jake said, what we said in the book. By the way, I hope everybody got the book. I hope you got 2 copies, one for you and one for your significant other. That's what we recommend. Get 2 copies of the book. Get one for your people in your family who you want to give a blessing to. We got it in digital. This week, all of our digital products are on sale. You need to go to our store and get the sale. Take advantage of it. Anyway, chapter number 1, friends first. When you're friends first, you want to be around your friends. You want to be around the people who make you happy. But that's why I tell my son, who is 37, I say, son, the most important decision you'll ever make is the person you marry. Because that person will be responsible for 90% of your misery and 90% of your joy. So choose well.
So back to the United Kingdom study done in 2011, that most of those who were living apart together lived in the same town and often on the same street.
Wow.
So I come to the conclusion they just get on each other's nerves.
Yes.
Not that they don't like each other, they have not figured out.
Maybe they're not friends first, but there's a chapter here.
How to do their dance together.
There's a piece in here on how to befriend your spouse.
And they talked every day. So
Wow.
90% of them in the survey said they contacted each other at least once a day. So perhaps we're trying to make logical sense out of it, and you really can't. Okay? But the women want.
I said,
more
I'm taking you for better, for worse, for richer, for poor, in sickness or health. That's what I said.
Here's another thing.
All right.
Okay, so women wanted more independence, space and freedom, and they wanted a separate identity from their husbands. I found that interesting. I already have my own identity.
You definitely got your.
I like being Mrs.
And she is.
But I have my own identity.
She's very much her own woman, and even though she's Mrs. Jolley, she's still very much her own woman. And okay, we got to take a slight detour because she wants to talk about 988, and I think it's important. Go ahead. I want to talk about that for a moment. Look, the bottom line of that issue is, I recommend y'all talk. You get some counseling. You really have the 4F conversation. Be friendly, be frank about your feelings, be fair, listen to the other person, and be focused on a win-win. As I told a guy this morning who called me, don't attack each other. Gang up on the problem.
Which is our TED Talk.
Which we hope will be soon to get to. All right, go ahead.
Okay.
Mental health.
So we want to end on the mental health note. The number 988. Share it with family, friends, and any and everyone that you care about, course, I didn't know what the Twitch was.
Right.
Right.
She's not a pop culture aficionado.
Talk radio, but the former Ellen DeGeneres
DJ and
who
co-producer
killed himself after all of this, even the Christmas.
had a Christmas thing,
all of this.
had a big party. They had been just celebrating
So
their 9th anniversary.
if you're
Little
in
kids.
any way feeling down, you don't know who to talk to, this new number, which is financed by the federal government, you can just call
98
yes
8 988 98 8 988. Just call that number to talk to somebody.
It's just a
Get some
mental
help.
health hotline. And still there's a stigma of African American men feeling that they are not powerful.
Don't just say men. African American folks as a whole don't want to get counseling because they think it's something wrong with it that makes them something weird.
It's illness.
But
mental health
is critical. When we went through the loss of my mother, my brother, and father-in-law, I ran to the counselor. I took my wife. We got to go get counseling. And I knew it. And I encourage everybody who loses a loved one or who's going through a tough time, go
you
get
want to
help.
prevent the loss of a loved one. You want to be able to talk about everything.
Well,
sometimes you can't talk to that person that you love because you just, whatever the reason is, find somebody to talk to.
If you had a broken hand, what would you do? Broken hand playing ball or something. You go to the doctor. You broke your foot, what would you do? You go to the doctor. You broke your leg, you go to the doctor. But you got a broken heart or you're feeling down, but you're trying to heal it yourself. No, go get help. Come on, folks. This is still, Terrence said, grief is a beast. That's right. So we're encouraging people. We're employing people, particularly as we celebrate this wonderful time of the year. You know, this is the season to be jolly. Now we're going to make another little turn. Now, with this week, we are celebrating Christmas. That's why we got our garb on. This Friday will be, I'm actually involved in a wedding on Friday. Okay. And we gave, and the people saw our book. That's how they asked me to be involved and be the MC. Now that's Friday, but Saturday, we're gonna take a little excursion. We're gonna skip away. And so that said, we are not going to be on next Monday night. We're going to replay an interview that someone asked me about Friday night at a 60th birthday party for a pastor friend of mine. And so shout out to Pastor Charles Whitaker, his 60th birthday. I went, and a bishop said, "Did you ever interview Bishop Harvey Lewis and Mother Lewis?" I said, "Yes, we did." He said, "I haven't seen it." They've been married 70 years. And they were phenomenal. I said, "You didn't see it? It's so profound how he talks about his wife, what they learned about marriage, what they taught about marriage, and what they have learned over these 70 years. I'm encouraging you to watch next Monday night at the same time. We're going to replay that interview with Bishop Harvey Lewis Sr. and Mother Lewis, 70 plus years now of marriage and the lessons. And one thing I'll never forget, he said, God said in the Bible, he said he took Adam's rib and made his mate, his spouse, his helpmate, his wife. He said he didn't have a spare rib. He didn't have a extra rib. He had his main rib, his only rib. That's what he gave to his wife. She's my rib, and she's the only one. I don't have a spare rib. I don't need one on the side. I got this rib. That's all I got, and that's all I need. Hey, our time is up. I want to say Merry Christmas to you, to your families, to your co-workers, to your friends. Merry Christmas. And you know, we're going to say it. Jesus is the reason for the season. I applaud. I celebrate Hanukkah. I celebrate Kwanzaa. But this is Christmas. Christ must. That we must give honor to God and say thank you for sending our Savior to the earth on this time of the year. So save us from us. So Merry Christmas. Happy holidays.
Be gentle with yourself.
Be gentle. Be grateful. And thank you, Terrence, for all you're telling everybody to get the book. And we encourage y'all to get the book. Remember, the digital copies are on sale at a special price. So if you want to give a special gift, you can still give it. Merry Christmas to the Cazares, the people who are here every weekend. We got so many. Sherry Elliott, Peter Caldwell, Brenda, Miss Lynn. We got so many different. Lou, happy Merry Christmas, happy birthday, and Merry Christmas. We got to go. Hey, Maxine, we got to go. Thank y'all.
Thank you so much.
Merry Christmas. Denise Dickerson, yeah, love y'all. Here we
Happy
go.
New Year.
With our music on out.
Why do birds suddenly appear every time you are near? Just like me, they long to be close to you.